Hello, everybody. How goes? How goes your morning, afternoon, evening, or other night? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I am. Much better now that I have... Before I start, I think I'm going to get something off my chest. I want to apologize. That last session of Necro Hunt was rough. And leading up to it, I still remember thinking to myself, man, every single session has been a banger. I've been loving running this, and every single one feels like a better one than the last. And I was thinking to myself, but one of them is gonna be the bad one. I hope that never comes, but it probably will. And I'm in two minds about last session because I was not at my best game, and I'm sure some people enjoyed it and maybe didn't even realize the dip in quality, but yeah. The bright side I can find from this is that we found the bad session and it's behind us now. And I hope that the next one will be that I can make it much better as best I can. And I think it's important to talk about this as well, and that there is no ill feelings. We talked about it after the game. I want to apologize on behalf of Aaron in that scene with Enoch. That didn't sit well with me or the rest of the group. And we talked about it, and I'm sure it might have not sit well with everybody else, and that is not the tone that I'm going for in the campaign. So we talked about it. We talked it through, came to a good understanding. And I very much appreciate Aaron being a good sport and going along with what's good for the group. Any trigger warnings? We're going to remove a trigger warning. So if you want context, trigger warning for gun violence and suicide. Because Aaron played out a scene of his character holding a gun up to his head to threaten it. Even though I stopped him, I was like, hey, no, don't do this. He said his character wasn't going to go through with it. But even still. And also during the break, he talked about something involving a violent happening with a gun. And we were like, hey, this is making us uncomfortable. And also, let's not do that on the show. So we talked it out. And it's not going to happen again. And I apologize on behalf of myself, on behalf of Aaron and everybody else on the show. And we're going to be removing that segment in the VOD, both the full VOD that's going to go on my VOD channel and on the main channel as well. But also just that episode, I think me as a DM, I was not up, on my best game as well. And the players could tell, and they let me know, and they gave me feedback after the game, and I was like, good to know. I'll try to be more careful next time, try to prepare a little bit more. And yeah, hopefully this 1 week off, which is going to be needed for several reasons, might give me what I need to make sure, because Chester City is big. Chester City is a very ambitious part of the game. And, there are a lot of facilities in it. I am not a DM who is fully attuned to splitting the party, I don't think. So, of course, having it split for so long, eventually at some point I was going to stumble up those steps. Yeah, everyone does have their downbeats. That you are right. I guess I was just fearful that how down of a beat it would be. But it's happened, it's behind us, and it only motivates me to make the campaign better even more. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say was, before we start, a special thing that I was hoping that I could get a video out on today, but unfortunately, because of current news about a hurricane that's going to be coming through Louisiana, don't worry, I've been spending days prepared, which is why the video has been delayed. a hurricane's coming through, so I had to stock up on food and stuff and make sure that everything is safe and well accounted for. Which is why a video on another plush deal has been delayed. And that plush, I will show you guys, is... If I could get a camera... Let's see. I apologize that I might look like a mess. And my room might look like a mess. But you guys all know the goblin, right? You know the goblin plush. Let me bring this down. Sorry. You know of the goblin. You know, good old goblin. We've had 3 of these. We've got the basic goblin, glow in the dark, which is on the shelf behind me, right there. And we've got the wizard goblin, which is in another room. Well, I have partnered up with good old Chris Zito. You remember Zito, right? Task of the Unexpectables, and part of, I think, Stream 4... No, not Stream 4 Star. Another D&D thing. But he and I have partnered to make... Ooh, it's a kobold! Hey! So now there is a goblin plush, and there's a kobold plush, and that is on sale right now. And the link is here. I'll spam the link. And look at him. You can have a pair. If you got a goblin, you can get a kobold. Kiss. Look at him. They're so good. They're so wonderful. So yes, you can get yourself a tiny draconic creature. He's got a little tail. It is on sale now for $25 for the next 21 days. And I'll be promoting that with a video soon. I just haven't been able to finish the video because of reasons I just explained. But yes, get yourself a kobold today. As designed by Chris Zito. Does it come in different colors? No, unfortunately. They can only come in one color. I don't know. Maybe one day Zito wants to make a green kobold, because he was in 2 minds about picking between this brownish red or a green one, because he mostly makes the kobolds default green, but the goblins are already green, so we went with making the kobold red/brown instead. But I don't know. Maybe one day. If he does another one, yeah. So grab yourself a kobold. I'll be releasing a video about it soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. Hopefully Sunday my house is not blown down by the hurricane. So yeah. Boop. And yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Today we continue the A Realm Reborn story. BGM. There we go. We continue with A Realm Reborn. Where we left off last, we met Lord Archifont of the House of Fortomp. After we're trying to regain the airship, Sid's airship, that he regained his memories, somewhat at least. Actually, he's getting memory flashbacks. He hasn't regained his memory just yet. We also changed glamour. Yeah, we are now a fully fledged paladin. Goosh. And now we're about to learn where that airship is, because it flew over Korthus and crashed, except everyone in Korthus is evangelical xenophobe, except for Archifont. Archifont's pretty cool. I recently started FF14 with no small part being because of you. I went with Paladin because SNS maybe. Aw, I'm glad. Thank you, Tales of Glory, Taker of Corpses, Very Tallow, and Worfk123. Thank you. Hello, Archifont. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray this information proves useful to you. Also, let me know how the audio sounds. I think it's a little loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Minus 30 decibels is usually how I do it. And remember, even though I have played through this game before, and this is New Game Plus, no spoilers for anyone tuning in into the chat. How quickly commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior... Ah, yeah, we saved Lord Francel because he was being accused of being a heretic. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Corthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Orgifont, from all indications, is quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I've done my part. I shall pray you for your success, friend. Lord Orgifont is fond of me? Ooh, you like me. Hello. Oh, so you have at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. Ah, this makes me think that maybe they moved that NPC to be a little bit closer. Did I hear about the Akuma costume in Monster Hunter Rise? Use SNS to do some Street Fighter moves. Neat. I did see a clip of that. Yeah. By the way, LGBTQ fits perfectly in place of dashing through the snow. LGBTQ. Man, someone needs to, like, do, like, a gay pride parody version of Jingle Bells. The stone vigil? Ah, perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillmont of White Brim Front, and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well on your journeys, Victor. May Helone guide you. Thank you, Orgifont! You are good. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for being a reasonable man. You are best knight. Doesn't Lord Orgifont have a line in French that suggests you join him in his bedchambers? I don't know about French, but I know in Japanese he does. In Japanese, he's way more forward about his feelings for you. I actually prefer the English one. Maybe it's just because of, you know, first instance of it. But I like that it's more reserved, because that way it can be more interpreted as a friendship if you want. As opposed to, or rather a platonic admiration rather than a obsessive romantic one. For anyone who might not be comfortable with that. Wonderful to see you again, Victor. Is there anything I can do to repay you? Name it. Ah, this is the guy that we saved because he was being accused of being a heretic, to the point where he was willing to risk himself and his knights to fight dragons to prove that he wasn't a heretic. And yet they still told him to jump off a cliff to prove himself. Basically witch hunting. So, the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it, too, was once an outpost held by House Hynar. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with with Lord Drillmont. Nevertheless, I will write your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Hynard have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless will harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. I've made some enemies by making some friends. Good to know. Now to fly over this mountain. How high can I go? Okay, that high. I was gonna say, I don't think it will let me go to the throat of the world or something. Man, this snowy fog sure is foggy. You know what I never got about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Is that his bright red nose if they're flying through the sky, and I assume it looks like this, you know, so foggy you can't see. I mean, his nose must have been incredibly bright and directed to be able to see through. Because, like, if it's foggy and snowy, then logic says that the light would just bounce off of all the snow in the sky, right? No matter how powerful it is, like, it's gonna be blocked off by all of the snow. Also, his nose was not emitting light, but reflecting it. So take that, Mr. Carol's writer, whoever wrote that song. Yeah, fog versus bright lights. It doesn't do much. You desire an audience with Lord Tremont, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. But what if I gave you these 2 letters from high houses? What do we have here? Letters from Lord Orchifon and Francel. Is it a likely... Oh, you're serious? What to do? What to do? Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Drillman's... Excuse me. Attentions are focused solely on the stone vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albois. Yes, Sir Albois surely can accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Suspicious cadence there. Very suspicious. Sanalo, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Hope you enjoy your emails. Up here? What that Joe? Oh, it's Sid! How'd you get here? When'd you get here? If the Enterprise is indeed inside the Stone Vigil, then we must convince Lord Drillmont to cooperate. How did you find... You just came here? Alright. Where's Alphino? Not with you? Okay, you just came here. I'm just like... I'm guessing all of these gaps in continuity are because of the quests that they remove. That's my theory. Let's see. Where are you? Here? 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 No? Sid walked past the guards, yeah. Where do I go? Is it not here? Is it on the roof? On the roofs! No? Oh, in the tent. No, not in the tent. In here? There you are. Sir Brunadai, how do you pronounce that? Brunaday? I'm gonna say Brunaday, that sounds right. Brunaday begged you to speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Drumont hasn't had the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head chirurgeon Estidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Talk to this person. Now go talk to this person. Now go talk to this person. Yeah. A lot of that in ARR. Brouhaha. Sounds like a lot of hoopla! Sounds like a lot of hoopla! Are you here to visit a patient, sir? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Hortomp and Hainar? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sword Gordineau. He should know Lord Drumont's current whereabouts. Now go talk to this person. Now go talk to this person. Sounds like a lot. Hoopla! Hello, Chocobo Keep. I can't believe I haven't accepted you. There we go. Sounds like a lot of hoopla to make over one single airship, right? Ha ha ha! Wrong! Fun fact, that is where I got the, in the healer video, where I'm like, healers just supposed to heal, right? Ha 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 ha, wrong. It was a reference to that SpongeBob. Anyway. What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Drumon is just up these stairs. Let her know, though. I would not expect much. House Durandare, as a whole, does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quick and succinctly. Show your proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Alright, I'm gonna make a critique. I think they could have just cut out all of those extra people, have the guard tell you to come talk to this person, and then that be it. Or just, like, cut out all those middlemen, because all those middlemen felt kind of pointless. Sir Gordano permitted your passage. Very well, speak. Here are the letters. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scale skin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? Hello, there they are. We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Drummond. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We are come to Korthus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nan Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive. But that's impossible. Oh. Indeed it is, my lord. Oh, it's this guy that accused Francel of being a heretic. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. Aren't you the one who was wrong in your entire investigation? At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, a House Durandare marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil. Who should appear in Whitebrim front but 3 mysterious strangers. Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and 2 scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. Wow, news travels fast. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these 3 seek the Stone Vigil, but I know we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment, I nearly believed this mummer's farce. Oh, come on. You 3 will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. We already did! Saving the scions. I think you mean salvaging the splattered spleens from the train wreck of their twisted remains. Listen, there's still a few left. There are some bodies that were not there. It would be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Victor, we must do what it takes to earn Lord Drummond's trust, understood? He's right there. What's the nicest way I can say fuck this guy and everything he stands for? I gotta catch up on my ye old fantasy lingo. Let's see where to go. Down there. Alright, awesome. Just resurrect them with necromancy? Yeah! If there's anything we learn from Necrohunt, is that necromancy always goes down well, right? I'm sure people will love it. Hossfort, I don't know who you are, but you're a cook, and that means you're my friend. You're the lad responsible for that commotion upstairs. Aye, word travels fast in Whitebrim Front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drummond's mind. If there's one thing I learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. Fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever. and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could spare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twould be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy? Okay. Kill monsters, gain favor. Awesome. But what if I just cook something up? Yeah, I'll cook something. Here. Just actually, I don't think I have any ingredients. Nope. All right, never mind. Back to harvesting, I guess. Coffee biscuits, anyone? I love coffee biscuits. Oh, dude, if they're coffee biscuits, they give you like this little hot chocolate and you can dip them in and they get all squidgy. Oh, yeah, that's I think that's the Heaven's Word Fate song, right? I haven't heard that in a while. They get all what? Squidgy. Dead. All right. Man, that's a lot of meat. These knights are gonna be fed very, very well. Let's hear that again, shall we? Nope. Okay, never mind. Heaven's Word soundtrack slaps. Yeah, I didn't appreciate it at the time when I first played Heaven's Word, because I was still in my God, I hate this so much. Why is there so much dialogue I need to read phase? What part of the story are we? We're trying to gain favor with the knights so they can let us into the. So here's how ridiculous this game's quest can get sometimes. We're getting meat so we can give it to this guy so that we can feed the knights, so that we can gain favor with the knights, so that the knights can let us into this fort, so that we can go in the fort to find an airship, so that we can take the airship to go fight Garuda, so that we can save the world. A lot of steps. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near mud puppy spawn grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I just need to do this and voila! Never seen a man cook steak that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here and above. Ah, yes, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Lucky for you, a rubbery texture of mud puppy meat will ensure your jaws grow exhausted before your belly grows full. That doesn't sound enticing at all. I don't know about you guys, but if I ever chew something for too long, after a while, I tend to spit it out. Is that a freshly cooked steak? Alone's blessing be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. In fact, like, there was some meat sometimes that I used to eat as a kid that I would just let sit in my mouth because, like, my family would tell me to finish my food. But it was just, I just couldn't break it down any further, you know? And I'm not one to really actively swallow my food. I just naturally eat it and it just kind of naturally goes down. So maybe that was what I was supposed to do. But like, I was just like, this food is just getting so tough and it's not breaking down any further. I'm just gonna spit it out. You there, lad, don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Oh, me. Mwahaha! Yes, yes! I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from my sentry duty. Oh, this is my favorite night. That's why steak is my least favorite meat. Yeah, I love steak, but it needs to be cooked a very specific way so that I don't have that perpetual chewing. Hello. Ever must we train to maintain our skills at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance. Meat! Consocting. You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Steak! Steak, steak, steak! Steak! Chie, do you know a word that starts with an F? For steak? Good! It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working chirurgeons at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals in the hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonota? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Steak. Thank you, Daddledon, for the 2 months. Oh, Fiona, thanks for the host. Hi. I hope if you plan on playing this game that spoilers are abound, and I will say that it is a wonderful story game that you can play on your own and is pretty easy to get into. It's not super duper complicated, and I highly recommend it. And it's free up to level 60 for an unlimited amount of time, including the first expansion, Heavensward, with its award-winning writing. Anyway, and you can be a tall, buff woman. Hold on, let me find... if you tune in, I can show you some of the buff ladies in there that I'm sure you will appreciate. Haven't played it yet? Yeah, feel free to tune in or not. It is a game I highly recommend. Although this segment that I'm in and a few other segments in the base game are a little rough, I can't guarantee that it will be worth it later, but it does get better. It does get much, much better, and it's free as well. The free trial is unlimited up to level 60, which includes the first expansion, and at least maybe there you will get hooked. But it is very much a reading game, so if you don't like reading, maybe you won't like this game, but it is a reading game. If you're not reading, you're not playing the game. Or at least you're not experiencing the story if you're not reading. Yeah, ARR can be a tad sloggy, yes. But I do think that ARR's writing is fine. It's solid. It's not bad. Except for the Titan part. Like, the Titan part is fine, except for the part where we know that Titan's being summoned, and I've gone on that before. But, yeah. Roar Kulon, thank you for the bits. And Squarebomb, thank you for the 20, gifted a sub to Boss. Aw, thanks. Yeah, there are healers. I thought it doesn't get good until Shadowbringers. No, not true. It gets good as soon as you start reading. It's just that Shadowbringers is so good in every other area that the hump of needing to read, that like barrier to entry of needing to read is much lower because everything else is much better as well. And Black Hole 191, thank you for the bits. But yeah, it's like, I would say base base ARR is like a 6 out of 10. Which I know, like, game scores are so heavily bloated now that, like, 6 sounds awful. But that's my... If I did believe in number scores, that's how I would rate it. A 6 out of 10. And then Heavensward is a 9 out of 10. And then Stormblood, I would rate an 8 out of 10. I know that's a lot of people would rate Stormblood a 7 or 6, but I rated an 8. And hopefully when I get there, I can explain why. And, Shadowbringers, I give a 10 out of 10, honestly. It's not a perfect game, but it's really, really good. What do you consider a 1, 5, and 10? A 1 is a game that I never would want to play. Like, I don't even want to play it to like, I don't think I would ever want to play a game that's 3 or lower. So you could probably lump 1 through 3 as equally something that I'm like, bleh. Now, this is not based on any other review score other than my own. Like, if I were to be a reviewer, this is how I would do my review score. in fact, I would probably just get rid of I would probably do a 5-point system, because that's, I don't know, I think 10 is bloated. But let's say we do a 10-point system. 1, 2, 3, I would never recommend. 4, I would say is a game with interesting things that you might not play to enjoy. Aw, no Vadon, thank you for the raid. Hold on, I'm gonna finish this thought first. So a 4, I would say, is a game that is incredibly flawed, but I would recommend out of interest or fascination, in that there might be some value in it, even if it's not fun. I would say a game like, I don't know. It's hard to think of examples right now. A 5 is an average game. Most people say a 7 is an average game, but I think I like, if I were a reviewer, I would try to strictly say 5 is average. So things like original Destiny 2 before the expansions came out. Let's say, what else? I'm looking through my Steam library. That's not how averages work. No, but, you know, just like how language is based on how we use it and not based on the definition, same thing with video game review scores. Sea of Thieves. I would consider Sea of Thieves a 5 out of 10. Because it's like, it's not bad, but there's nothing incredible about it that isn't attributed by the fact that it's co-op. You know, it's like, oh, it's super fun with friends. Yeah, but there are better games that are fun with friends, in my opinion. There are other games that you can play with friends that, in my opinion, have a better base game attached to it. I believe the base game of Sea of Thieves and its systems are a 5 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 would be something that, you know, is nothing incredibly special, but it's got a little bit there, and it's got some merits here and there, like Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. A 7 out of 10 is like a leisurely nice game. It's not going to blow your mind, but you can play it, enjoy it, and be like, that was good. I would say Halo 4. I would put Halo 4 as a 7 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 is a game you would probably recommend to a friend, or that I would recommend to a friend, where I'm like, hey, this is actually really good, and it's got a lot of cool things. And like, I would probably prioritize playing. Like, it would probably be my comfort game. 7 is a game that I would say is good, but I probably play once and like maybe not return to it again. Well, actually, that depends on the game. But an 8 is like, whoa, that was really awesome, and I'm gonna tell people to play it. Like, I would consider Wandersong an 8 out of 10. I would consider Divinity an 8 out of 10. Darkest Dungeon an 8 out of 10. Let's see, what else? Among Us, I'd say that's an 8 out of 10. It's just games that are good that I would like recommend to most people. Now, a 9 out of 10. A 9 is a game that is so good that I will recommend to people. I will recommend to even more people because I think it does something really, really special. Like, I will recommend to people, but not everyone, because, you know, I still believe that some games are not for everyone. But it's still something that I will tell people, like, it does something so special that stands out, or is just like that good, like really, really good. And then a 10 out of 10 is a game that I would recommend to everyone, including people who don't play games. Like, that's how good I would consider a 10 out of 10. So, like, let's see. Fallout 4, I would give that a 6 out of 10, for example. Fallout 4. I thoroughly enjoyed Fallout 4, much more than the other Fallout games. Hades, I would give a 9 out of 10. Guns of Icarus, I would give a 7 out of 10. Let's see. Later Alligator, I would give a 9 out of 10. Actually, you know what? Later Alligator, I would give a 10 out of 10. There's not much that I think it doesn't do well. Yes, pretty much, boss. Yeah. Yeah. Original Destiny, I would give a 6 out of 10. Same as Destiny 2. Like, for instance, the old school Monster Hunter, I would give a 7. Monster Hunter World, I would give a 9. Breath of the Wild, I would give Breath of the Wild an 8. I think an 8. An 8 out of 10. And it is the only Zelda game that I like, that I've played so far. I haven't played many of them. Anyway, I'm not a reviewer, though. There are people who know more about what makes a game good and what makes a game bad than me. And also, even though reviews aren't about objectively telling what game is good or what game is bad, and it's purely about giving opinions, I am not a reviewer, and I don't think I want to be a reviewer, because I would only want to review games that I liked and recommended, which is not useful as a reviewer. Anyway. Tangent over. Beg your pardon, sir, but I'm busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Oh yeah, the steak. Sorry, the steak is cold now. Is that... Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat it, the rest right away. What are my 10 out of 10 games? I would have to really think on that. I'll get back to you later. Hey Sid, you want some steak? Might I have a word with you, Victor? It concerns the Chirurgeons. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft more advanced alembics, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device is the cores of 3 ice spirits. Though commonly used to reduce the temperatures of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. Oh, Sid. He's getting a little bit of his essence back, his tinkering and his willingness to help. Not enough. I've not enough medicine, not enough supplies, not enough hands. Valor is all very fine and good, but brave is likely to turn into bedridden, and ideals don't sharpen these saw blades. Oh god, are you gonna do a tourniquet? Aw. Sid's nerdiness is returning. Oh yeah. Let's see. Shadowbringers, I believe, is a 10 out of 10 with an asterisk. The asterisk being having to play through an entire MMO to get there. So maybe a 9 out of 10, actually. I guess I take it back. I would consider Shadowbringers to be able to receive the impact of the quality of Shadowbringers requires you to play the rest of the game. So I would say in that sense it's a 9 out of 10, actually. Yeah, I take it back. Yeah. But a 10 out of 10 game. The Stanley Parable. That's a 10 out of 10. Let's see. Journey. That's a 10 out of 10. Stanley. Stanley walked around doing quests. He gathered a bunch of ice crystals so that he could give it to Sid Garland. Stanley didn't quite know why Sid couldn't go out and do it himself, what with his large, bulging muscles. God of War is a 10 out of 10. I need to play God of War. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. Undertale? Now, I love Undertale. But Undertale, I believe, is a 9... Actually, See, this is the complex part of reviewing, is that whenever you have a system like a score, it ruins how you talk about games, because now everything needs to be in comparison with another game. And that makes, because now that I think about it, I would give Undertale a 9 out of 10, which means in the context that, you know, it's only better if you are into video games, which I guess goes for the Stanley Parable as well. And if I say that, then I would say Stanley Parable, in that sense, Stanley Parable is also a 9 out of 10. You know, it's like, this is where scores get messy, right? Because by having these scores, you imply, not straight out say, but you imply that these two things are comparable, which they aren't, you know? Which is why I think we should just get rid of scores, which is why if I were a reviewer, I wouldn't do scores. Yeah, it's a conditional 10 out of 10, that sort of thing. Internal bias, yeah. Well, that's all reviews are. It's a list of biases and reasons for why the person thinks the game is good or not. What an amazing device, but is it truly an ambelixer? I've never seen its like before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder. Were thee the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts, wonder and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Oh, there he is. There he is. I was like, I don't remember his name, it's Guy. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We must almost succumb to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Oh, what a fucking... that guy, Inquisitor Guy, is the kind of person who would, like, see someone make a female, like, a female person of color main character, and then accuse the person writing the story of virtual signaling. Yes, they say that they want inclusion and diversity, but really it's just to please the SJWs. They don't really care. It's like, I mean, regardless, we're still doing it. It's like it's like the H-Bomber guy thing on virtue signaling. Okay, even if I was donating to this charity to look good, I'm still donating to a charity, right? Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reason, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. I can click the complete button. Is heretics only because of Fury, or the 12 entirely? I don't exactly know. I think the Fury is just like, that's the name of the god Halone, which is kind of like the Athena of this world, I guess. It's like an equivalent of Athena, like a goddess of war and justice and knights. And they call her the Fury. Before we can persuade Lord Drillman to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guy that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Corthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people in Whitebrim Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. Undead Nova, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I apologize again that I haven't been able to work on your art for a little while. But thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. Hello, we're doing Final Fantasy XIV. More A Realm Reborn New Game Plus story, so I can get a refresher on the story before Endwalker comes out. Inquisitor Guy? Yes, of course I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day we came to Whitebrim Front, several months ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned on the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked in the walls, patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside to the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later, and in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guy rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe my life, sir, and I have to one day repay its kindness. Good guy. Good guy, Lord Guy, Inquisitor Guy. And somebody said never trust someone who has Inquisitor as a title. Wrong. I present you in... Actually, that's Inspector. I was going to say Inquisitor Hildebrand, but he's an Inspector, not an Inquisitor. Under Inquisitor Guy's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Inspector Gadget as the Pope. Go, Gadget heresy! The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Ah, they're cops. Pope Gadget IV. Good. Hello. Oh, it's you again. Inquisitor Guy, I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak. Unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Man, he's got everyone on his side. But yeah, for context of those of you who are joining in, we lost all our Scion friends, so now we're trying to find a way to stop Garuda, who's going to destroy the world because she's a god. But meanwhile, we need to find an airship to fly to her. But in order to find the airship, we need to go to a fort. But in order to go to the fort, we need to get this country and knights to trust us. But in order to trust us, we need to get on the side of the Inquisitor that doesn't trust us. You alright, Alphano? You maybe want something better to better suit you in this environment? In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we have wasted far too much time meddling in the local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with the irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as to no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonies you have obtained, Victor. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guy's motivations. Okie dokie. Is Gaimon just the Spanish Inquisition and a witch hunt all at once? Yeah, pretty much. Something troubles me about the wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he slew outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolaw is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Onward to the Eastern Gate. Oh, there is a chasm. Wow, look at that. Whee! Oh, we actually do go down here. Okay. Ah, shit. I need health. And I'm okay. It's plasmoid. Meow. 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 Oh. Oh my god, it's the real Inquisitor. Oh my god, holy shit, what? What? So this is what I mean by ARR is good, actually. It just has some flaws. I had suspected a little bit. Okay. Okay. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Inquisitor's dead, my boy. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquisition of the real Inquisitor guy. Newly come to Corthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an imposter, we have yet to discern his true identity, of why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Victor, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. I bet it's an Ascian. Since Lord Drillman has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. Bring him the body! But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsement of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Joy Law with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Yeah, the Ascians are the big bads. They like chaos and ruining things and pulling things behind the scenes and pulling strings and stuff. Just like earlier, when we were basically trying to get information from some refugees from a colonized and subdued land, basically these people were refugees and they were being oppressed. People were being racist towards them, not lending them aid, and basically they were being so desperate that the Ascians went to them and say, "Hey, and you know who could help you take back your homeland? Summoning a primal, your god, right?" And so they almost did, and we stopped them. They're trying to get people to summon primals so that they can sow more chaos and destruction. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Inquisitor's dead. The Inquisitor is an imposter. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She was the one at the Eastern Gate last night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here, but I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Can't blame his loyalty. Hello. You! Do not believe I know you, sir. Pray, move along and trouble me no more. I think you do. What do you know of the dead Inquisitor? Are you in the habit of handling bloody documents to a stranger? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it. Not at all. I doubt you. I doubt your words. Aggressive point. You know, don't you? Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. I prayed... oh, she did pray this day would come. When Sir Joe Law gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Trevanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Joe Law and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robe marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Joe Law to the infirmary, and on his first night in the White Brim Front, Inquisitor Guy was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing, seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocents to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Dromon, wanted to put an end to the madness. Then I would remember that the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in chests hidden southwest of White Brim Front. So I took several of his chests and planted them in shipments bound to Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Hainar, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Haloni, forgive me for not acting sooner. Ah, so he was behind the rosaries being planted around, but it wasn't supposed to go to House Hainar. Smart knight. That is a smart knight. Here be the chests then. There they are. Wow. Look at that. All right, Dromon. You want proof? I got your proof. Why do you persist on this folly? I will not grant you, you three, access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Are they here? No, they're not. Well, here's a letter from the dead Inquisitor and a box. The brands of unbelievers and enemies of the Holy See. All of them, I think you'll find, are coincidentally ones branded as heretics that have been having draconic rosary beads. There had better be a very good explanation for why you are carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this paper encyclical? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Victor, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal imposter to justice. You got it! I do like me some justice. The thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hell's take him and his Trevanian allies. I told him he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Victor. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Ah, looks like the one who was accusing people of heresy was the one doing the heresy all along. There is a heretic among us. Very sus indeed. You know, this is why I think Davy would like this game, especially since he's been playing an investigator this whole time. There's been a lot of like mysteries and things put together so far in the story. Not just this, but like before as well. What with all the pieces to like the Ifrit thing, like, oh, they're taking crystals, and oh, they're kidnapping people. What for? Good to have you with us, sir. While Lord Drillmond arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Yup, yup. Boss, I'm gonna need you to ban yourself. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Helone's halls. Only the wicked... But why? Why must I die? Why must I die? But all that is holy. I swear to you that I never question the teachings of Helone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Drillmond, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, a murderer of Inquisitor Guy and the countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard and your own kith and kin. To your own kith and kin, your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Die, monster, monster, monster. You don't belong in this world. Ah, grave allegations indeed. But you'll find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillmond. My conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with blood of those who only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you'll not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillmond, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian seal fares against Dravanian fang and claw. I see. He was making a point. Kind of counterintuitive, don't you think? So he was saying that people were overzealous with the laws of Ishgard, with how they were killing people. And he wanted to reveal that by killing people? I mean, I guess that's what makes him a villain, right? Cool motive, still murder. Hello. He was just pissed that they were killing his people. Oh, he's Dravanian. Oh. Oh yeah, this was before they had a Okay, so he is Dravanian. I'm gonna need a reminder when it reaches that point what that means. Because I thought it was just dragon people, but I guess maybe he is Dravanian nationality rather than in blood. This was pre-Shiva storytelling, yeah. Yeah, well, it's like the race versus nationality thing, right? Dravanian also refers to dragon, the various types of... Oh my god, he is a dragon! Okay. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he is a dragon. Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah. sure, I killed a lot of people, but just because I was called Inquisitor, you let me do it. Yeah, he does have a point. He does have a point there. He is making a point, and that's what I really love about these villains. They're making a point. No one did question him for the longest time just because he was Inquisitor. Because they were afraid, I assume, of being called a heretic themselves. Which is a flaw in their system that he is rightfully calling out. Yeah, it's nuance, right? I know this theme as the Godbert theme. There we go. Oh, it was a glamour. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, so he is Dravanian nationality. Sorry, jumping to conclusions. My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruins, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, white brim front shall fall. And thus dies a better villain than half of the MCU. Defiant to the last, leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves naught better. Victor, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you are reunited with your heirship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front and bring your associates. Hi, Shan! Thank you for the 26 months. I'd say at least 75%, yeah. And I'm an MCU shill. I love the MCU. I love every Marvel movie, even the ones that I don't think are very good. I love Ant-Man. I even love the first 2 Thor movies. I don't think they're good, but I love them, unironically. But let's be real. The Marvel villains, they serve their purpose, but they're not great. Right, most of them are not great, and if you go as to say 75%, I wouldn't argue with you. We've got Loki, we've got Hela, I guess. We've got Thanos, of course. We've got Killmonger. Zemo? Yeah, I think Zemo's all right. And that's kind of it. I'm trying to think of... Oh, actually, what's his face? Vulture. I like Vulture. Killmonger's pretty middle of the road. Nah, disagree. I think Killmonger's awesome. In fact, that guy was basically Killmonger. In a way. Maybe not basically Killmonger. But, he had a similar motivation. Mysterio. Yeah, Mysterio was pretty good. I would say Marvel villains are more charismatic than they are well-written. Killmonger was right. Killmonger won. That's the thing about Killmonger. He won. He got what he wanted. And at the end, Black Panther did what he wanted him to do. And he changed Wakanda. Dormammu, well, that's a different type of villain, right? Dormammu's not nuanced, but he doesn't have to be. He's a cosmic being. What did Killmonger want? Basically, Killmonger was a descendant. He was a descendant of someone from Wakanda that was denied his birthright. He was born in America and basically the movie actually gets pretty political as well, in that it displays it doesn't specifically talk about black people in general, but it does present the idea of, you know, people kind of losing their heritage by being moved to a different location and being treated unfairly, right? Not only by the people around them, but the people from their homeland as well. And basically Killmonger was like, Wakanda could have helped me. Wakanda could have helped my people and my dad when he was down on his luck and trying to survive in this world that hates black people, but they didn't. And you know what? I'm gonna come back to my country and claim what's mine and actually do something about the world now. I think that's a butchering. There's more nuance to it. Watch Black Panther. It's really good. Also, rest in power, Chadwick Boseman. What a hero he was. Performed who knows how many movies while he was battling cancer. What a hero. Where have you been, Victor? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Well, yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. He was so Chad it was in his name, yeah. He was also, fuck it, we will murder everyone. So that's why he's a villain, right? I think every good villain needs a cool motive, but still murder, right? Not always has to be still murder, but the fact that it was still murder was why he's a villain. But, you know, he was right, just like the Inquisitor. He's right. He's wrong, but he's right. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pray Lord Dromont a visit. Pay Lord Dromont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow on. Wow, his obligation to us. Wow, Alphino. Still needs some room to grow there, buddy. Let's see. He's right, but in the wrong way, yeah. Exactly. Which I won't get into the politics about how people should be allowed to express their frustrations and cope. I think that's more nuanced. That's why I think Black Panther is really, really good, because it raises all of these questions in discussion, right? The villain has a point. I think every well-written villain... Actually, not every well-written villain, but I think certain well-written villains have a point. Certain well-written villains are just really fun to be evil, for evil's sake, you know? We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guy would still be among us. Ba 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 ba! Free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. I think maybe you need to look into a systematic issue with your Inquisitor that led to this point. But maybe I guess we'll figure that out in Heavensward. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Like Dracula from Castlevania? Exactly like Dracula. In fact, I would say even further with Isaac. Like, cause like Isaac is killing a whole bunch of people, but like how they do it, and you watch the show, at least for me, I was actually cheering for him to kill all the humans. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I hate humans too. Fuck them. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the stone vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you've done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Gervanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They had confirmed that the abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurance that it has not been removed from in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Gervanian foothold in Corthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as of yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drummond, but there's no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. Wow, Alphino. I mean, like, yeah, it's urgent, but no need to put him down like that. I see. Well, that may be for the best. They did a really good job of just, like, adding the subtlest of wordplay to Alphino to show that he is an arrogant little kid. Well done writing. I will inform Sir I was gonna say Nathaniel, jeez. Nethelane of your impending visit. May Helone guide you, scions. I mean, it works for his character, I will say. Nathanlieth. Nethelith. The Nephilim. Ethan Winters. I thought you might come shriveling around in Corthus, man thing. God, I want Lady Demetress to call me man thing. I will be her man thing. Hail, Victor. Lord Drummond has appraised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. All right, I'm actually gonna bring people along with this. I'm gonna do Duty Finder. Rather not Duty Finder, Party Finder. We're gonna be doing, what is this, Stone Vigil? Stone Vigil, yeah. I'm gonna recruit some people. No, that's not it. So if you would like to participate, we're gonna do Stone Vigil. Boop. And the password will be 9994 because we're about to blow this shit up. I'm thinking about doing minimum item level. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? What's 9994 mean? 9994 is some kind of computer code for self-destruct. I think. I know that because I learned that trivia from Spore, because in Spore, the Grox, the half-mechanical evil race that's bent on destroying the entire galaxy, sometimes will say 9994. Yeah, I like Alphino's character. Even though I'm, like, shitting on it, it's like, I like it in the way that I like an asshole character. Like Rick Sanchez, you know? I like to hate him. Ah, we got 2 red mages. Good, good. Oh, whoops. Forgot the chat on. Sorry about that, everybody. Try to join, but I have no idea how. You go to Party, Party Finder, and then go to Private. And then you can see the stone vigil right there. We have a spot for a healer. And the password is 9994. If you give me a minute, can I join in? It's first come, first serve. (9994) when converted from hexadecimal to text turns to the trademark logo. Yeah, this place is trademarked by Dravanians. Hey, there we go. All right. Ready, check. Apologies, everyone. There'll be plenty more opportunities to join in the future. Don't worry, there'll be a lot more dungeons. And we've also still got the Praetorium. Yay. Let's see. Nah, I won't do minimum item level. Just do it normally. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's go find that airship. Finally. Look at those Dargans. Lots of Dargans. Ooh, we got a fancy red mage here. Look at you. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Fiona, if you're still watching, here's one of the buff ladies. They're called Rogadin, and they're tall and buff and can be fashionable. Indeed, indeed. And you can be cute as well, if you so wish. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's do big pulls. I'm sure the white mage can handle big pulls, right? Let me know in the party chat if you need me to slow down. Oh, well, here's a fine pickle. Mitigation. At 45, at 43. Nothing here. Yeah, this was before dungeons had consistently had their own, like, music. Has no flair. Oh. He has no flair. He has no grace. This wall has a funny face. Hey, you get over here. Do white mages have holy at 43? I don't remember. At 45, rip. F. They don't get to have fun. Vroom, vroom. I'm in me mom's car. Broom, broom. Get out me car. No. Goosh. 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 Yeah, Curebot Stonebot at this level. Yeah, shame. Hey, Dargon. It's a Digimon. I mean, it really does look like a Digimon. Looks like one of Vmon's evolutions. Like, doesn't it? Am I crazy? X-Vmon? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Although I do think one of Vmon's evolutions was quadrupedal. Aura Vidramon? Hmm. Yeah. Swinge. Oh, bless you. Oh, no. Hey, dodged out of the way. Imperial Dramon? This does not look like Imperial Dramon. I know what Imperial Dramon looks like. It looks like a Gundam. By the way, party, if there's anything that you guys want, feel free to let me know in the party chat. I know it's like low-level dungeon, but I don't know, maybe there's some glamour that you want. Because otherwise I'm going to greet it and it's going to be turning into seal fodder. Oh, here we go. Big pulls. Just pop everything. Go. Don't Templar drop here. There's an achievement for those? Is there? Interesting. Whoop. I like these chonky dragons. Oh, actually, I'll go here. I remember there's some ice crystals over there that, like, mess you up pretty bad. Ha! Hi, KB Karma. Anybody else get an urge to finish their combo, even if it might not be damage efficient? Like, I probably would have been better to just, like, start my 1, 2, 3, but I was like, I gotta finish my AoE combo. I know it's on a single target, but still. I got like 5 classes at 50 plus. Hell yeah. Like right here, I probably should have started my 1, 2, 3, but I kept pressing AoE buttons. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn on my air. It is hot in here for some reason. I'll be right back. Only be a second. I need to get immersed. I need to be freezing cold. Oh, also, one more thing. So I live in Louisiana, for those who don't know, and currently there's a hurricane on the way. So you might hear loud storms coming. And if I suddenly go offline, you'll know why. The hurricane hasn't, its apex hasn't hit here yet. It's supposedly supposed to get in my area Sunday, which sucks because I was planning on streaming Sunday. But I might have to postpone that depending on how bad the weather gets. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be all right. You know, it's hurricane season and we deal with hurricanes all the time. Our houses are built to be strong. But yeah, just a heads up. Just in case. But regardless, instead of the, I will have one very special stream Tuesday. That instead of, since we're not doing Necro Hunt this week, I'll be able to do a very special stream Tuesday. So come join in for that. That'll be exciting. Yeah, this fight's pretty cool. I like this dungeon. Like, only the first few dungeons of 14 really are all that, like, plain and boring. Like, it gets pretty cool, like, pretty fast in ARR. I feel like so far, like, even though a lot of them have been kind of going through the checklist of, like, oh, dreary, slimy dungeon, and snowy dungeon, and, you know, grassy dungeon and all that. It's like, they still present them really nicely. Ooh. Let's get these boys. Now, I would pull more, but these dungeons are not nearly as structured as the later on ones, so you could pull like a ton. You could just keep pulling wall to wall. The wall to wall in these are much bigger than they are in current expansions. Totorak, yeah. I think Totorak's probably my least favorite. Is an Arm Vale a required dungeon? Oh yeah, I actually kind of like Arm Vale in, like, design-wise. Maybe difficulty-wise, I don't like it all that much, but design-wise, I really like it. Like, how mechanically designed. And aesthetically as well. It's a neat dungeon. Wall-to-wall in ARR. Ah, you mean entrance to boss. Yeah. There are no walls stopping you. You just pull everything until you reach the boss. Basically. Which I see there are upsides and downsides to structuring dungeons like that. I know some people miss dungeons being more, like, exploratory and, like, open and not necessarily non-linear, but not without that. In the past, they didn't have clear segments to them. Right? But I can, you know, they streamlined it because, like, all that was kind of unnecessary and people would never take that into account anyway. And it's just meant for clunkier gameplay, but some people like the novelty, and I don't think they're wrong. What's so bad about it? Well, you see all these alternate rooms on the sides. We have not gone into any of those. And why would we? If there's any loot, all that loot will be kind of like outdone by any new loot that we get, right? There's a lot of reasons. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship, and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare for it for launch. Victor, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? I am the muscle. That settles it then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. Oh god, it's Laha bread.
So, you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting.
Oh god, he's gonna stab the dragon.
And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long.
Oh, he's gonna put the rage virus in the dragon. Yeah. This isn't just darkness. This is advanced darkness. Alphino, the dragon. Oh no, it's all purple and glowy now. Confound it all. Where do you think you're going? Who do you think you are, Pierce Bloodstride? Don't you get out of here.
Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer.
Yeah, there he goes. All right, here we go. Yeah, I know. Well, if you're concerned that it's cold, maybe you shouldn't dress in so much skin, huh? All right, we're ready. Let's go.
Darkness within darkness awaits you, Riku.
Here we go, here. Oh, there we go. She put on a coat. Awesome. Perfect. Fast changing there. Good job. Well done. There we go. Man, you change fast. Don't blame her. They won't let you change your glamour outside of cities. All right, that's fair. Oh yeah, she summoned fire orbs to keep her warm. Yeah, look at that. Nice and warm. Thank you, Blackfoot Ferret. Hey, for the 420 bits. Blaze it. Most interesting is the best sort of interesting. Yes. Not like least interesting. Oh, whoops. And where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Over there. Also, this is the second dragon, big dragon we fight. The first one we fought was a poison dragon at Brave Flock's Longstop. Except that one was just protecting its territory. Also, can I say, the dragons are kinda really bottom heavy. I don't hate the design, but I think it's kind of silly and funny. I mean, look at that. Ah, right on cue. Here's Brachiozoid, everyone, with the butt emote. Yeah! Ear wiggles. I don't care if it makes sense. I just find it funny. And meh. I'll turn those into seals. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. I think the dragon's got a few lessons in bottom heaviness from the asylum demon, because Jesus. Oh, yeah. Whoops, whoops. There we go. Sorry. An ice crystal. You know, considering they're like basically the same thing, you think the ice crystal and water crystal would share like the one crystal. But I guess maybe not. Maybe there's a reason. Because like the earth crystal also accounts for plants, right? So like any sort of plant-based creature would be an earth crystal. Victor, are you all right? Speak to me. Oh, sorry, I dazed out because I just killed a dragon. 12 be praised. I fear the beast had injured you. I got a few scratches. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of the etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Ah, good to know I'm easily replaceable. Thank the gods for sparing me the inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. I don't know if that's your idea of banter, Alphino, but that doesn't make me feel like a valued member of the team. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it is no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state. But if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set a course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. In all fairness to Alphino, though, kind of everyone treats us sort of like a tool, like an object. This is all so familiar. I know this ship. If I could just... Bah, it's no use. Let's go. Ooh, no seatbelts? I assume this wood has been frozen over. That's gotta be slip. No way. No way we could be able to hold on. Unless our feet were frozen onto the deck like a tongue on a frozen pole. Also, someone's got to get all that snow off of the sails. That must be incredibly heavy. Hey, we made it! Where's the Enterprise? Is that it? No, that's not it. Hey, Sid. Nice driving. When I look at her, you're a little bit in me. I feel as though I've come home. I can think of no other way to express it. Ah, how I have longed for a more agreeable climate in the Twelveswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See has its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Okay. Sid, what you got for us? What's the damage? Oh, that is the Enterprise. Okay. Need a hand? I've got 80 an alchemist. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew I was missing. Hardly inspiring. You did design and build her. Alpha, no. I bear good news. The seats here have granted our request to house the Enterprise. It may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benign realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Oh my god, Alphino, you have spent way too long in Charlian. Though I'm no expert on the workings of an airship, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carries us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it began if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. He's like a mini Urianger? No, because Urianger never called the realm... He never belittled Eorzea. Alphino sees himself as like, oh, these foolish Eorzeans don't know how to save the world. You know, he's a very cocky and proud little scamp right now. Urianger could never. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. Yeah, he thinks he's a savior. Yeah, he's got hero complex right now. Well, maybe not hero complex, but he believes himself the hero. But if this tempest is fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Ah, confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it. We work upon the elements itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. Oh god, no, it's this quest line. Oh no. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Victor, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether comprising Garuda's barrier into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know of a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertaint, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at church. Well, Marquis met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversions that poor Marquis was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Victor, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. You mean you're gonna manage repairing the Enterprise in my absence? Okay, so get ready for a bunch more fetch quests. At least this one has a more reasonable and proper urgency to it. I don't think I remember anyone stopping us to prove ourselves worthy of these crystals this time around. Still contrived and boring. Yeah, still contrived and boring. I think they took out a lot of the back and forth, but there's still a lot of back and forth. And this quest is the biggest offender of, like, talk to this person. Oh, they don't know. Go talk to this person. Oh, they don't know. Go talk to this person. This is the worst offender of that. Because at least with the Titan thing, you were doing different tasks and gathering things for the banquet in that context, as much as I hate that context. But this one, it is purely just, oh, I don't know about that. Go ask this person. Oh, you wanted this crystal? I don't have that crystal. Go talk to this person. Huh. At least with this one, no one's like, they're both bad in different ways, I'll say. Why, yes, I'm a Professor Lambertaint. Beg your pardon? You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly. Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. You know, I consider myself a scientist myself. I consider myself somewhat of a scientist. Give me a fun little fact. So rare is it to find a fellow intellectual in this region. 'Tis ever rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. A curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. Oh, boy. Oh, alright, here we go. But to the matter of hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egads, man, at least take the necessary precautions so as to not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. Ah! It's like nuclear energy. I might get radiation. I'm beginning to wonder if you've sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somewhat endearing. Wow. Lucky for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystals you seek within the warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects, though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Hahasago, a student of mine monitoring the flow of ether in High Bridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you the finer points of crystal harvesting. Oh yeah, this one was also one that got me to this. Is this the place where it's like a lot of verticality and it's impossible to navigate without flying? Is that place that we're going? I remember that place and I hated that place when I was going through the base game. Yeah. Not impossible. It was impossible for me. They got better at designing the navigation around maps. You look like a Garlean. I'm not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to here. I need this radiation blocking pot to harvest crystals. Okay, so people who remember this story better than I do, is there important plot here that I need to know that can't be gathered elsewhere? Because they're talking about corrupted crystals, which I know is an important thing to know about, but I think I remember learning about it during the Binding Coils of Bahamut as well. Do I need to read all this dialogue, basically? Not really, not really. Just skim it? Nope. Okay, I'll skim it. Okay. Your timing's impeccable. Yep. The calamity's bad. So what I remember, the basic gist is the calamity has corrupted a bunch of crystals, and crystals are like physical manifestations of ether, i.e. life force in the world. You know, air, ether, yeah, and it looks like this. So earth crystals have earth ether, water crystals have water ether, etc., etc. Everything is made up of ether. These crystals are devoid of ether, and as such are kind of like irradiated. They have no ether in them. It's not that it's not like, you know, the air doesn't have ether. No, the air has air ether. These things have no ether. So they are essentially... Oh, hey, it's Mothman. I'll help out. I could use my help, probably. It's one guy fighting. Like, a few guys fighting. Oh, never mind. It's dead. Well done. But, like, these things are devoid of ether. Or at least corrupt of it. And it's basically like radiation, and staying near them could make you sick and malformed and, like, messed up. It's pronounced ether. That's how they pronounce it. They don't pronounce it aether. I know it's got an A in it. Yeah. And I'm trying to pronounce things properly so that it doesn't sound weird when the characters say it, when the voice acting comes in. Yeah, I remember it took me a while to navigate this place, going all around trying to find a way down. It is aesthetically cool though, but you know, novelty versus functionality. Ever the balance. Aegis was pronounced ether, yeah. Here we go, I found it. Professor Lambertaint. Oh, yeah. Alright, bring it back to Lambertaint. Just gonna teleport. Aegis is pronounced ether. Oh, I think what they meant was like, it's pronounced Aegis, like the E in ether. Unless it is pronounced ether, which is weird. Hello. My keen scholar senses tell me that obtain the crystal. Yep, here it is. Flowing with wind aspected ether. Yep, here we go. Oh, that was the wrong ether. You wanted to traverse through wind, but this one is wind. Luckily, there's another corrupted crystal that isn't wind. In Lenosha, possibly. Hello, Sienna. Corrupted crystals? Sir, I have no interest in being the butt of the joke. So, this. Well, I'll be damned. Yep, can you give me the crystal, please? How you doing, chat? Hey, do you know anything about corrupted crystals? Nope. Love this fight, the one coming up. Yeah, I will say, even my first time around, after this fight happened, I was like a little bit interested again. The funny thing about ARR is that it's got ebbs and flows of interest that will even pique the interest of, like, someone like me a few years ago who wasn't reading any of the dialogue. It's just a shame that there's not more of that, you know? It's a shame that a lot of that is buried under a lot of these. Hey, do you know about crystals? Nope. Rocker Hulan, thank you again for the bits. This is why I hate this more. Instead of just regular fetch quests, it's, you got the thing, surprise, it's the wrong thing, try again, yeah. The Isle of Umbra. Here we go, to the Isle of Umbra. What is this quest going? What are they? She heard tell of a man named Skyfrom recently returned for the Isle of Umbra. So we're doing another task to help them. Another tangent. Okay. Bring me to the Isle of Umbra. Oh, what? Prohibited at the moment. Oh, no, I need to talk to... I'm dumb. I'm stupid. It is not nearly the tangent as the one from the Alamegans or the Sylphs, but... Okay, yep, they are zombified, I guess. This quest line stung, but the worst part, the no reward text for the quest, yeah. This is because I'm New Game Plus, so there's no rewards. Yep, alright. To the Isle of Umbra. Another initiate aria. Mysterious happenings at the Isle of Umbra. Got it. Something's going on in the Isle of Umbra, making people go crazy. Investigate. So you went and had a word with them. Yep. I have permission to go to the Isle of Umbra. Yep, because you're too scared. Got it. Hello. Pet. I am new to the game, so how do I unlock flight? So in base ARR, you unlock flight by beating base ARR. In the later expansions of the game, there will be what are called ether currents. They're big, like, green orbs of wind. You pick those up, and if you pick them up, as well as do all the quests that give you them, there are a bunch of side quests that give you them in a certain area, you will unlock flying for that area. Okay, the Isle of Umbra. Hello. This doesn't seem all that bad. Saying I'd like to build a summer home here, but oh, the hell's with this? Here, take your boat. You've harvested corrupted crystals before, right? So, yeah. Okay, so this is where we could possibly find some more corrupted crystals and figure out what's making those people go crazy. Hey, it's David Chappied. There he is. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Howdy, how's it going? But how did you come here? Access to this island is currently restricted. An old pot. I'm not sure I follow. Oh, I see. You wish to harvest a corrupted crystal. Sorry, friend, but you may have to return empty-handed. Oh, God. Yep, unveil the mystery. All right. Hello. What's been going on? Weird stuff. More weird stuff. Even more weird stuff. But if they have returned, that would mean, oh, beg pardon, I was just thinking about something. Apparently he grew tired of waiting with a lanky young lad with 1,000 yalm stare to return, which I'm assuming is you. I don't know what sort of arrangement you had, but you should probably go and explain yourself. Who are you calling lanky? I'm a short king, thank you very much. I find it really fun that, I think the tallest height for Makote male is 5'7". Short kings. Honey, voiced harlot been calling out to folk to wander near the ship graveyard? And it's stirring up the dead and all? Bloody hells, it takes me back to my days of as a cannon boy sailing under Mistbeard. But they wouldn't dare, would they? Not after the lesson we learned them last time. Bah, they bloody would, though. Wouldn't they, brazen old biddies? Some folks said that the first purge would be the last, but I knew deep down in my bones that this day would come, and come it has. I'd bet me bum ear a siren's behind all this. Nay, not one a sanguine variety, initiate. I speak of the other kind, them what's got feathers, and lure sailors to a watery grave with their sweet, sweet song. And big patatas. Oh, but it don't end there. No, drowning's just the start. See, even in death, a man stays bound to the beast, forced to do her bidding till his corpse can't do it no more. 'Tis a fate I wouldn't wish upon me worst enemy, 'cept maybe in drink, and I'd regret it afterwards. Any road, 'tis upon us to stop the hell's-born hussy, afore she takes another soul. Of course, we can't send ye marching off to a war without these. The sirens don't have no power over a man as can't hear her song. Earplugs? 5'7" is considered short where I live. Yeah, 5'7" is, at least we're around here, below average height for a guy. I am exactly the average height for a guy. I really am anime protagonist supreme. I have short black hair. I'm white. I'm skinny. I'm 5'9". I'm the average height. I am anime protagonist boy. I play video games. I had a pretty middling GPA. I sit home and play video games. I am anime boy. She passes near the shore. She'll sure to spy a campfire and come looking. Just a matter of waiting now. I have some color on me. I have a little bit. I have a little bit of yellow skin. Yeah, I tan pretty well. But I'm pretty pale, and I've been pale for a very long time, staying indoors. But I can tan pretty all right. So Asian, so more anime. Yeah, exactly. I'm half Thai. I'm beginning to wonder if some sly bugger ain't spun us a yarn here. No, it's not weird at all. I wish I was a little bit shorter. I like being small. I like that I can fit into smaller spaces. Quiet. Do you hear that? 'Tis her. Look! Out o'er the water! She comes, Nishiat, she comes! Oh. No wonder the men have been seduced by her songs. Quick, lad, shove them plugs in your ears and get ready for a fight. Soon as she realizes you're deaf to her ditties, she'll call out her thralls and we'll be up to our necks in corpses before you know it. Ah, yeah, her songs. I'll listen to her ditties. Oh, boy.
Hither embrace mine everything all. True love spurned, his cruelty's reward.
Be gone, thought! This is the Hawk Manor theme. Huh. I really like the Palace of the Dead remix of this. You guys know the one. It's really nice. These are her tier 3 subs.
Spare mournful mistress, distress.
Isn't she the boss of Serious Dungeon? Yeah, she is. There's a lot of reusing of assets back in ARR in some Heaven's Word. I mean, Hawk Manor's bosses are all just reuses of the Succubus model, so...
Melody, last breath of death, the rhythm. Dost thou not to relent regret forever alone?
Forever alone. Yeah, she browses forums. Oh, were they fighting each other?
My love a river, one look, one shiver.
Soul shiver. Charmed captain. Oh, he's been dead a long time. Holy crap, look at him. Hello, zombies. I shouldn't hear what she's saying. Maybe that's what the dots are. Maybe the dots are like missing verses. I don't know, maybe it's muffled.
No more dark eclipse the heart.
Yeah, I think those ellipses are us, like, not hearing every single word she's saying. Okay, we didn't actually fight her, so I assume that's where she comes in at the dungeon. Yeah? Am I alright? Ha! I'm better than that, initiate. Happy as a sailor in a whorehouse I am. Of course, I'd be happy as a sailor with 2 Watsits if we had gutted if we'd gutted the songstress. But you can't have everything, can ye? She'll not come crooning round here again, though. Not for a while, any road. And if she does, well, we know what to do, don't we? Hey. Mimi Doa supports sex workers. Support sex workers today. Thanks for the help. Bugger me, I've clean forgot your name. Remind me, Victor? Don't recall having no initiate by that name. But if you're not me old mate, or what's the name? Oh, why have you been so bloody helpful? Ah, never mind. Been seeing you, lad. Yeah, I guess they saw a chance to have some efficiency, save money, and reuse an asset, so they decided, why not use, you know, which is smart. Why not reuse this asset if it's only going to show up once? I mean, it was a siren, but how were you able to resist her song? I use the advanced technology of earplugs. I see. I had heard that the Master Mimidoa was involved in the first purge, but I never actually... Having survived an ordeal like that, I can't blame him for carrying earplugs around with him. Anyway, I have something for you. The corrupted crystal you wanted. Safely sealed within the pot, just as you requested. Please, take it with my compliments. Okay, is this the right one? I sure hope so. Let's see. It's... I mean, there's no way it's going to be wind aspected again. We just need anything that isn't wind. That's all we need. must say more importantly. Please tell me. Oh, fire aspected, thank goodness. When a corrupted crystal composed of ice aspected ether counter. Wait, what? Wait, no one said we needed ice? How does ice counter fire for how to counter wind? What? How does that counter wind? I don't get it. I guess because they say it does. I have to follow the logic of the universe, and I guess the logic of the universe says that ice counters. All right, sure. I guess that logic tracks, but I don't know. I guess I'm a little frustrated that they just said they needed something that's not wind. So wind is created by hot air moving from place to place. So ice stops wind. Sure. I have my own logic as to how, I don't know, it could be stopped by air, but like, or by fire, but if that's the logic, then sure. I'm just gonna trust in it. Standing course, follow calamity. Spriggans. Giggity? All right. I got it, chat. You don't need to explain the logic to me. I've accepted it. I've accepted the logic. I have gripes with it, but I'm accepting that that's how this universe works, as they have established it. Oh, it's Odin time. It's Odin weather right now. In multiple different JRPGs, ice is the counter opposite of wind. Yeah, but, you know, that doesn't mean that every JRPG has to do that. Maybe this game, firstly, I didn't know that. And secondly, you know, a game is not under obligation to make its universe work the same way as others. You know, like, it took me such a long time to learn what slow meant. Because, you know, and I know chat's gonna be like, I know chat's gonna explain to me the difference between slow and heavy. That's not my point. I know what they mean, but nothing for a new player that doesn't know what that means. The game doesn't do a good job explaining it. True heart. Because, like, for the longest time, I thought that arm's length would just slow the enemy's movement. But that's not true. Slow means it slows their attack speed. But can you blame me for assuming that? You know, having not played this game before, I assumed slow meant slow movement, but slow is a status effect. Heavy slows movement. But, you know, as someone who's never played this game, how would I know that, you know? And, like, people will say, well, that's because that's how it's always been in Final Fantasy games. Oh, okay, sure, but what if I've never played a Final Fantasy, you know? And sure, process of elimination, but it's easy to say that in hindsight. When you already know. It's clearly not as clear as people who already know the information would make it out to be, because if it was that clear, no one would be confused about it. Yeah, I would love for them to add tooltips on what these status effects mean. Because it could mean anything to people. It means different things to different people unless you make it clear. Even if you haven't played an FF before, this is still an homage to FF games. Yeah, so that means the information's unreliable, and like it's reliant on your knowledge of previous FF games, which if you've never played Final Fantasy, you don't know what slow means. What's that god-awful smell? A corrupted crystal. Earth aspects. I mean, that can counter wind, right? A tree is not easily blown down. Okay, alright. He said, it's Earth, just kidding. And like, okay, the logic that, yeah, ice means to stop, but what about snowstorms, right? Like, I've accepted that that's how it works in this universe, but like, you can't use real world logic, right? I guess maybe I'm more upset that it was not explained to me why. Maybe it's because I skipped the dialogue. That might be why. So I'm kicking myself in the pants. I still say there was no need to go through 3 fetch quests to find it. Regardless of how sensible it's made in the lore and physics of the world. 3 fetch quests, I think, is a bit absurd. All repairs and modifications have been completed, Victor. Once you bring me that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda. Here we go. Oh, my buffs ran out. I'll need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks exactly what we need. Worry not, Victor. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste. The Enterprise is already more than a common ship, but mark my words, soon it will become something greater, something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do. He's finding his calling. Yeah, even then, like, I think Earth would stop, but then there's sandstorms. There's Darude Sandstorm. According to my tests, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell one so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I cannot be sure if this will work. I think it only fair to tell you that there's a small but statistically significant chance the crystal could trigger a massive... mayhap it better that we remain positive. Victor, I want to thank you for reuniting me with my ship, for trusting in me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I am not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be, but I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after the mission, but, well, you understand. Here we go.
There. She's ready.
Ah, she stirs.
Aw.
to Kurthus and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
Excuse me, Alphina, are you the captain? No, Sid is. Ah, there it is, the Garlean Third Eye.
Damn it. I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you.
Yeah, he's Garlean. He brought Garlean Magitech to Eorzea, to the Eorzean side. That's why they have airships and stuff.
Just how long have I worn these damn goggles?
Young Sid. Oh, look how handsome he is.
I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. The young prodigy, admired by all, exactly like his father. Born and raised in Garlemald. It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same?
This is adorable.
Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your everything, and your loved ones cease to matter?
Young Sid, young Sid.
You abandoned us all. But he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not. Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man, with an all-consuming obsession.
Biggs and Wedge!
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks.
Oh! Supposed to be the Warriors of Light. Because he can't tell their face.
Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles.
Okay. But I didn't do that. I'm not a legacy player.
Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way.
How much you want to bet that that's gonna have payoff in Endwalker?
And it all began that day when I found my new home.
Either that's gonna have payoff in Endwalker, or that was an abstract, like...
I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky.
Or that was an abstract representation of what it's like to see the quote-unquote Warriors of Light. Because they call them Warriors of Light because they can't tell their faces, right? And I think my interpretation of that is that we resemble the Warrior of Light, but we are not, you know, if you're not a legacy player, you are not a Warrior of Light.
That light, it was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pureblood Garleans have a third eye. Perhaps mine helped me recognize you.
What?
Or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
Wait. No?
The Enterprise was made for this. To carry Eorzea's protectors into battle. I am proud to be able to call her my own.
And we didn't dispute that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm confuzzled. I thought the lore was basically all players are reincarnations of the same. No. If you were a legacy player from 1.0, you were simply transported into the future, into here. If you are not a legacy player, you're just a random new adventurer.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden.
Maybe this was just part of another draft of the story. That's what I'm gonna, that's the theory I'm gonna give. This was part of another draft of the story and they forgot to take it out. Because our character didn't dispute that we gave him the goggles. So I think at some point in ARR, perhaps we were supposed to give him goggles. But maybe they forgot to cut that out, because game dev is weird.
I remember everything.
Oh.
My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
Nice. Sid's back. ARR players are considered as legacy players too? I don't think so. Pretty sure they're not. Hello. He said, "What is it, Victor? Don't tell me you have second thoughts at a time like this. Or do you truly wish to return to Gridania?" Oh. Yeah, let's just go hang out. At this urgent time that this hell-bent dastardly god of destruction is going to turn everyone into her thralls. Let's go hang out with Kane Sena. All our efforts, all our travels, all of it was for this. Make ready, Victor, for the end is nigh, be it hers or our own. The Howling Eye. Alright, will I get duty completion if I do Howling Eye hard mode, or is Howling Eye hard mode a different thing? I assume it's a different thing. Doubt it. Yeah, okay. I just want to play with more people, you know? Because Howling Eye normal is 4 people, whereas Howling Eye hard is 8 people. Alright. Okay, we're gonna form a new party, and we're gonna have the password as 42000. There we go. 4200, the Howling Eye. Join if you dare. Meanwhile, I'm going to make a poll for best Siren Girl. Garuda versus the other Siren whose name I forgot. Best bird. Garuda or Siren. Vote. All right, Howling Eye, let's go. Clearly it's Meg from Hades. True. Garuda easy. Honestly, I am the contrarian here, and I believe Siren Girl to be best girl. I prefer Siren Girl.
Who dares intrude upon my sanctuary? Your insolence shall not go unpunished, landwalkers.
Siren has tier 3 subs. Yeah, but Garuda has lifetime subs.
12 preserved. She's huge.
You said it, Alphino.
As I live and breathe.
Over there, look. Garuda for butt squad, Siren for boob squad. Well, I guess that answers my question as to why I like Siren better. Oh no, they've captured the other beastmen as well. Oh shit.
Amalta and Kobold prisoners. But why would the Ixal bring them here?
Well, more thralls makes her stronger.
Wherefore come you hither, foolish mortals?
Garuda, we are come to put an end to your reign of terror.
Hear you this blasphemy, my children. These landwalkers would bring me low. You who are bound to crawl upon the earth should revere me, for I am wind.
Did we not take to the skies and slip your defenses? We are bound by nothing, Garuda. Looks like Garuda won out at 72%. Alright, alright. Well, you guys can have Garuda. More Siren for me.
You think your playthings give you strength? They will not help you, landwalkers. This is my realm, where none can challenge my supremacy. Struggle though you may, I shall take the roots with your blood and festoon the canopy with your entrails.
Slay the unfeathered ones we shall, as an offering to Garuda. They will serve.
Leave the Ixal to us, Victor. We will keep them distracted while you deal with her. Do not fail, Victor. Remember, you fight for the Scions, for Eorzea.
I am the Scions.
This worm would die by mine own hand. Come then, I shall grant you that which you seek.
Damn, she does got style though. God, this music. All right. Let's get ready. Let's kill the aspect of wind. Let's go. God, now that I'm playing this game like properly, all the like song cues are so much stronger hitting. Wow. There you go. Oh, tank stance. Whoops, sorry. Totally forgot about tank stance. It's fine. It's fine. All right, kill the plumes. Yeah. Yeah, I even watched the crap guide of tanks. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not a true tank. Goosh. All right, here comes tornades.
In the eye of the storm.
There she be. And dead.
No! 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 What? How in the hells? This is my realm. You have no hope here. None! None! Did you truly believe you could defy a god, landwalkers?
No, she's gathering ether and prayer. Aw, jeez. There's too much wind ether in here.
Ah, my power is limitless. My children lead.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense that Garuda would be such a dangerous primal, because wind ether is essentially everywhere.
And they have rendered unto me a wealth of crystals.
Okay, that too.
Their gifts sustain me. Their faith empowers me. None save my children will escape the reckoning, mortals, and those who use my crystals to wake the rest shall realize the folly of their faith. Then all shall worship none but me, the one true God. Of course, worship. So long as the Ixal keep praying, she will never fall.
Then let's stop them. Okay, so I guess they just had more crystals than everybody else.
No harm will come to you, my children. This is only the beginning, landwalkers. All who oppose me shall suffer their defiance. Soon the worms of the forest shall receive my judgment. The desert vermin next. Their wall of stone will not shield them from the tempest. and then will I take vengeance on the sea lice. Their wooden boats cannot outrun the wind. Tremble, mortals, for I shall visit you all in time, and all shall be mine. All mine! You landwalkers, you who dare to raise your hand against me, you shall be the first to pay for your sins. Not with your death, but with your life. You will serve me, landwalker, to your last breath. No, I claimed you. You should be mine. I got Mommy Crystal. Oh, there it is. Final crystal. Hello? I got the last crystal. I have the Infinity Jolly Ranchers. Finally, the apple flavor. What? What are you? What have you done to me? No mortal should possess such power. This is impossible. So you want to go to dinner later, or? Hey. Oh, well, she did kill somebody. Okay. Unfortunate. Thanks for helping, everybody. Good bard. Good black mage. I think it'd be hilarious if you suddenly reduced Garu's butt size.
Why do you not tremble at my might? Why do you not beg for mercy? Why do you not die?
We've done it.
Ah! Impossible it is!
Kill you all! Is that all?
It's Darth Vader.
O Lady of the Vortex, O mighty Garuda. Of all primals, the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
Gaius is not impressed.
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy, you look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country. I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
This is actually our first encounter with Gaius, isn't it? We've never met him before.
What?
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this day? Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Wow. Way to be toxically competitive. You don't even know what he's trying to do, but you're like, I can do it better. He's the kind of person, whenever you talk about, like, you finally went to the gym and worked out and did, like, 20 push-ups, and he's like, yeah, well, I went and did 25. It's like, come on, dude. Is that necessary?
Is that all? Insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you! Very Very well.
That was an unflattering angle.
Does she still mean to fight?
Oh, Lord of the Inferno, Almighty Ifrit, grant us succor in our hour of need.
Oh, I almost feel bad.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crags! It hurts us so! The pain! The pain!
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to.
Oh, she's trying to summon the other primals. She's crafty. I wonder if primals would ever make an alliance with each other. I mean, they end up killing each other at the very end. But, like, I'm interested in seeing a what-if scenario if, like, these three teamed up together to try and at least take out all their threats.
No. No, this is all wrong.
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
Depends on the followers. Where the followers do their bidding. They do whatever their primal bids. And if the primal bids to work together...
Surrender yourselves unto me. I would feast upon your ether. None shall stand against the wind.
She's gonna eat... Why doesn't the stronger primal simply eat the less powerful primals? Well, Garuda here figured it out. And that is the thing we saw earlier, way back at the beginning of the story.
Bear witness to the glory of the Empire.
Jesus. And there we go, eating primals. Oh. Oh, you can see the different parts of it light up with the color of ether as well.
It is you who will suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alec had ways of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon, Icon, and despair.
So they reverse engineered Allegan technology to make something that can take the ether of primals. Oh my god! Holy I don't remember that! Wow, that was graphic.
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it not?
Such is the fate of those who oppose the Empire.
I have a tiny guy's figure.
There will be no warriors of light to save you this time. If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender. Your skills are impressive, but they will not be enough.
And there it goes. The ultimate weapon.
Have mercy. What chance have we against such an ungodly creation?
Juiced up on the power of 3 primals.
And who was that armored devil?
That was Gaius van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and supreme commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
Of course. The Black Wolf. How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations. What have you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts. But that was the extent of their aggression.
Yeah, not so nice when the hindsight is put on the other foot, eh, Alphino?
Damn it, Gaius. Where in the seven hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments. But the fact remains, Garuda is no longer a threat. While I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side. For the time being, at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Don't worry, guys. Hitler is dead. Luckily, he was killed by Mecha Hitler. So we don't have to worry about Hitler anymore.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can. Let us make for Vesper Bay. We shall rebuild the Scions. All is not yet lost, my friend. For we bear the light, and shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
Okay, well... now we need to find out what Gaius plans to do with that Robo-Monty machine. Well, that was an experience I would rather not have again. Something has been troubling me, Victor. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage, when Garuda attempted to claim you as her own, I could have sworn I saw... but I'm sure I was mistaken. In times of great stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to be misread by even the most intriguing mind. Forget I mentioned it. Returning to the subject on our earlier discussion, we may consider the... Yay! Garuda's dead! Yay! Woo! Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the primal closed until further notice. No beast tribe will dare summon their god so long as the weapon exists. Truly, a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. It almost seems a shame to plot its destruction. Yeah, well, you know. Turn to the waking sand. Are you serious? Are you crazy? That place is haunted now. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We would have brought to their knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. Yeah, I'm sure Urianger is still there with like some extreme trial quests that I've yet to do, so... I still remember for the longest time, even when I was going through Shadowbringers, Urianger was still there, just waiting for me to pick up my quest. After everybody else had left. Haunted by Bofa. Bofa D's tragically dead allies. oh, I made myself sad. I use comedy to cope with my trauma. Here we go. I will pet her papers, even if I cannot pet her. Deftly quiet. Tell me, Victor, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have been trespassers? Mayhap it is just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. Wait. What? Oh, Ida's here. Oh, wait, hold on. I just got a message on my phone. National Weather Service, a storm surge warning is in effect for this area for the danger of life-threatening flooding. The warning is issued up to 36 hours before hazardous conditions. Follow evacuation orders. Okay. Hold on. I think I might have to call the stream early, guys. So sorry. So sorry. Let me check. Tropical Storm Ida. Okay, for my own safety, I'm going to call the stream here, everyone. Sorry, I don't have time to find someone to raid. We will continue this again 2 weeks from now, because I will not be home. Yeah, I'm going to unplug everything and just, like, start packing things just in case. Yep. See you guys later.